Welcome to Sunday Club in the Stable. I'm Paul, and this is Hannah.
Hi friends, missing you. Hope you're staying safe.
Hi friends!
Hi friends!
Hi there. Good to have you with us today. So, we continue to delve into the book of Samuel. And it's another week of not seeing Samuel. But don't worry, he hasn't gone on holiday to the south of France. He's around. Do you remember what happened last time?
Let's remind them.
Okay, so last time God's people had some battles with a group of people called the Philistines.
And it won't be the last battle with them.
No, it wasn't. God's people weren't really bothered about God at this point in time, but they thought if they took their special God box into battle with them, then they'd win the battle.
They thought that the box would win them the battle, but they weren't really interested in God.
Well, they lost the battle and they lost their special God box, and they actually lost a lot of people. The Philistines ran off with the special God box. So today, in our story, the Philistines have the ark. The Philistines took the ark and they placed it in the temple of one of their gods and put it right next to the statue of their god. That night, they shut up the temple, turned off the lights, locked all the doors and went to bed. Well, they got a shock because the next morning, when they went to have a look in their temple, the statue of their god had fallen over and was lying in front of the ark.
That's the special God box.
So they picked the statue up and carried on with their day. At night, they locked up the temple, turned off the light and closed all the doors and went to bed. Well, the next morning, when they got up and went to the temple...
Ooh, has the same happened again?
You guessed it, Paul. Their statue was on the floor, looking like it was bowing down to God, the Israelite God. But more than that, the statue heads and hands had fallen off and were lying across the doorway.
So, what did the Philistines do?
Well, you can imagine they were a bit scared. They thought, look what the God of the Israelites can do. So they decided to put the special God box on a cart pulled by cows and send it back to God's people. They also decided if the cows could deliver it to the people without the help of the Philistines, then it definitely was the God of the Israelites. Do you know what?
What?
Those cows took the special God box right back to the Israelites. Now, I think we can actually learn some tips for life from the Philistines. But first, I'm going to teach you 3 different actions. You ready, Paul? Eyes, head, and hands. Should we do that again? Eyes, head, and hands. You see, even the Philistines, could see what God had done for his people. In fact, every now and again, they even mentioned the things that they'd heard God had done for the Israelites, like rescuing them from being slaves. They also knew it with their heads. They were scared in last week's story when they heard that the God box was going to war with God's people. They'd taken in the stories of God doing stuff for those who followed him. But they didn't want to do the worshipping of the gods of the Israelites. even though their God seemed to want to.
What does worshipping mean?
Giving worship means to give worth to something. So, like at school, if you do some really good work, you might get a good work sticker. Or if you do something in our country to care for people or to make a difference, like a really big difference, you might even get knighted by the Queen.
Sir Pole, I like the sound of that.
I bet you would, Sir Pole. But being knighted is someone going, "Ah, they've done something amazing." So, when we worship God, it's saying, "Ah, God, you've done something amazing."
So in church, when we sing and talk about things God has done, it's like we're saying, God, you're amazing.
That's right.
That eyes, head and hands thing can help us, Hannah.
It can. You think about what you know of God. It doesn't just have to be the stories in the Bible. Maybe you've heard of God doing stuff today too, or seen it with your own eyes. We then need to take it into our heads and know it. But then we have a choice. We have to choose whether to give praise to this God we see and know about.
Ooh, you mean worship?
Yes, Paul.
Even though this is before the Jesus is born story, does Jesus come into this?
He most definitely is, Paul. Jesus' life, death, and coming back to life is the biggest demonstration of love for us that God and Jesus ever made. And I think he definitely deserves to be given some worth for that. We've heard about these things happen. And we might have even seen some cool stuff that Jesus has done with our own eyes. And we can get to know and understand it. But we then have to choose whether we want to do something with it and say, yes, Jesus is real. I think he's great. And we're going to listen to a little song with a band of pandas. And they're going to talk about how great they think God is. And we can choose to worship along with them if we want. But just remember, you don't have to worship God with just songs. You can do it with the way you play your games or talk to God.
Even do our schoolwork.
Yeah, that's right, Paul. But let's listen to the pandas for a bit. And maybe you could even join in and dance.
When I gaze into the stars, when I see the life of planet Mars, there's only one creator. When I watch the moon at night, when I feel the sun that's burning bright, there's only one creator. So clap your hands and sing, shout out and worship him. So clap your hands and sing, and let the praise begin. Oh wow, what a God, oh wow, what a God. There's no one like you, there'll never be another. Oh wow, what a God, oh wow, what a God. There's no one like you, there'll never be another awesome God. Na 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 na. Spanish, Greek to Mandarin. Solo hay un creador. So clap your hands and sing, shout out and worship Him. So clap your hands and sing, and let the praise begin. Oh wow, what a God! Oh wow, what a God! There's no one like You. There'll never be another. Oh wow, what a God! Oh wow, what a God! There's no one like You. There'll never be another awesome God. You walked upon the earth You made. Oh wow, oh wow. You died and now we can be saved. Oh wow, oh wow. You rose and left an empty grave. Oh wow, oh wow. And one day You're coming back again. Oh wow, what a God! Oh wow, what a God! There's no one like You. There'll never be another awesome. Oh wow, what a God! Oh wow, what a God! There's no one like You. There'll never be another awesome God. Na 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 na. There'll never be another awesome God. Na 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 na. There'll never be another awesome God.
Thank you for joining Paul and I today for Sunday Club in a Stable. If you liked what you saw, give us a thumbs up in the bar below, and why not subscribe so you get notified when we post new videos. But for now, it's bye from us and a virtual high five.